What's up, LD?
Hey Daniel, how are you?
Oh, pretty good today. It got real hot up here. It feels like Florida, hot and humid.
Yeah, it's warmed up here today a little bit.
Hey, thanks for your address. I'm going to send that package out to you this weekend.
Cool, appreciate it. I look forward to that.
All right. Hey, Cody, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
You getting hot in Arizona today?
I actually don't know what the weather's like. I haven't gone outside yet. Let's see. The weather app says it is 82 degrees, so not that hot.
That's not that bad. Yeah, no. We were at 93 up here yesterday. It's pretty
Damn.
hot. Pretty hot for this time of year. It almost never happens. It's strange. But I asked, I had snow in Hawaii, so.
Whoa, where?
I just heard about it. My wife said she saw a story about snow in Hawaii and something else. Oh, like in the last couple of days. Oh, well, it may have been weeks ago. I don't know. See, I gotta filter this information.
Yeah, it's 84 here.
Sounds great.
Up, a little bit. It's been cool at night.
I don't mind the heat. It's the humidity up here. It's swampish like.
Yeah.
Extensive and inclusive voter fraud.
Jeez, what's going on?
What's Joey talking about there?
That was the beginning of that 2,000 Mules.
Oh, really? Have you seen it yet? All the way through?
I watched most of it. I didn't catch the ending.
Me neither.
Man, my computer. What's going on here? I was trying to bring up. I got this new piece of hardware. It's giving me. Well, I thought it was giving me a hard time earlier, but I think I just had too many things plugged into the same USB port.
What's up, Jerry? Hello, Chris.
What's up,
Hey.
guys?
Good to see you.
Same here.
What's up?
Hey, Chris.
Like AM radio host voice right there.
You mute yourself to the chat.
Shit. The Morning Zoo with Chris McMillan.
That'd be a good one. Good morning, Vietnam. No, that's not a place.
He's got enough animals that he could pull that off. He could show all the animals on the property.
That'd be cool. Hey, Mike, welcome to the call.
I'm gonna have to start
Right.
learning how to use OBS.
Interesting.
Yeah, you're interested in. Yeah, Daniel and I were just talking about that yesterday. He wants to learn as well.
I got a good
So-
idea how we could multiply the effort.
Yeah? What are you thinking?
Well, you make a course. I edit the
Oh.
course for you. You've got an evergreen and a course, and then those of us who want to learn OBS will learn from your teachings.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, we talked about that, and I gotta figure out how best to do that.
Yeah, we can figure that out. There's got to be a couple ways. Screen share, maybe a camera over your shoulder. You're
Yeah,
probably
I
working
mean-
with multiple windows, I imagine.
I have two. Yeah, I have these two
That one right there.
monitors. So
That's all you
this-
need, is you already got the cameras you need. That's,
this
oh
might
my
help.
gosh. It's my big face on your screen.
Yeah, this monitor is what I use to share share clips full screen. so it's just a screen capture. Yeah, screen capture setting on OBS. But I
Okay.
can bring OBS over here, and then of course it does the infinite thing if it's capturing itself.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the inside of OBS.
That's cool. It looks a lot like Premiere.
And yeah, I'd like to teach OBS, and then I want to start playing with vMix.
I don't know about vMix.
It's a little more professional.
Oh wow.
I mean, you can do a lot with OBS, but you know, I guess vMix is probably more stable. Kaysen, who helps Lisa with Wealth Battle, and he produces the Anarchast. He uses vMix, and he does live events and stuff with it. But yeah, so I got this new piece of hardware right here called it's a Beacon Mix Create, and it's got some knobs, buttons, and let's see, this is the software interface.
Wow. 4 channels, or are those just 4 samples?
You can add more.
Oh, okay.
Can
So
add
system
more.
music, chat, mic.
And
So
let
that's
me
live.
try.
That's like a live mixer for what your audio channels. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So, and let me see if I can share the screen here. One sec.
I'll make your screen bigger. I want to read all your dialect. Scenes.
Oh. Oh, we can. Yeah, I can go over this.
I should definitely just start watching some YouTube videos on OBS to get some baseline.
That'll help. That'll help you. All right. Here. So now you can see my see the device and the
Yep.
knobs.
Okay. Yep.
So I can mute to all, mute the audience for all these, and then you can add more, and then
Okay.
you
Cool.
just page over with a button here to
That's
bring
pretty
up,
cool.
and you can change the colors of them. So I don't really know how to use it yet because, well, the idea was that I learned it could replace Voice Meter Banana. And
Oh, okay. That was your mic problem you were having. Maybe.
Yeah, it's, yes. Yeah, so this is this is actually Voice Meter Potato, which it's just a bit larger. It's got extra inputs, but this is the setting that I've been using, and this is what Tyler showed me in order to route audio between the Zoom call and OBS. So I've got this channel here for Zoom audio. So if one of you speaks, you'd see that register here. You know,
Check 1 2 on the left side.
yeah. So you see that
Yep.
pop up. You see me speaking. This is my mic channel, and then a desktop audio channel.
Would that be like
Here.
samples you play? Like if you played like don't gotta think about it, bro. Would it be from your desktop?
It is, yeah, actually. That's
Like a sample cache?
so right here I have it on, I leave it on the other screen, but this is, I've got this Stream Deck pedal, and that one mutes my mic there, and let's see if I wanted to, or mutes my mic on the Zoom call. But yeah, so this desktop audio is right here. And then let me pull up the Stream Deck app. This is the Stream Deck app. I've got 2 Stream Decks and the foot pedal. And yeah, if I play like
Do not come.
the
Do not come.
that's just
I'm gonna come.
playing on the desktop audio. So sometimes I hit it and I forget that the audio is it's muted, because when I'm opening up a clip from Notion, looking for a clip, whatever, I can kind of scrub through, look for something, and then when I want to play the clip, unmute and like go full screen with it.
Cool. It's neat to see it from this perspective.
Yeah.
What's up, James?
What's going on, everybody?
Hey, James. The Stream Deck app, I've got, these are settings for the smaller Stream Deck. So these control the OBS scenes in here. And there's some other controls, like zoom controls. The Stream Deck pedal configuration, and then the Stream Deck XL. I dedicated it to the soundboard, but I could utilize it for other stuff. Like with the Stream Deck, I've got a where is it? I've got this configuration for using in Premiere.
Oh, cool.
And when I have Premiere open, it'll switch to it when I select Premiere. So I can configure it to do so. But yeah, so this OBS, let's see, it's not gonna.
I gotta pull that beat, loop it. I love this beat.
It's a good one.
I just want to hear it for 6 minutes, I usually find myself, playing with it at the end of the episode and like, oh, I want to listen to that for 6 minutes, so I'll throw it in Premiere and loop it.
Okay. I can send the file. It's from Epidemic Sound.
Yeah, I heard Rich mention that recently, where he has some guys from Europe who make a lot of great music. There was a different one in the earlier episodes too. I like that one. I think I already pulled that one though. It's on my phone. It's not looped.
Oh yeah, we had some tracks from Paul Verge that we would throw in
Little Paul
on the outro.
This one. I know, I like that one too.
Oh yeah. I should pull that out. I have that sitting around somewhere.
That's the throwback episodes.
Let's see.
I don't want to eat up so much time. If you guys had a meeting plan, I was just curious about.
Well, no, I mean, I need. Yeah, it's. See, the hard part about this. Well, I guess. Let me try, because it might have to use a combination. Because when I click on something here, then it's gonna change. It's switching to my camera, so it's no longer showing inside OBS. But then if I share, screen, let's see.
There is no screen.
share this screen, then
Oh, yeah, no, this is what you see during.
that's, yeah, so that's that track I have as a placeholder. This is just a thumbnail. I have the, let's see, how could I show you the other screen again? Oh. Yeah, I don't, so I have it on the Stream Deck, the intro, and I put it on the first page right next to the Zoom call button, and then I hit it a couple times accidentally during the show. So I put it on another page where I have to switch to that. So when we go live, it's like start streaming, start recording, and then hit the intro.
Cool.
And then when that plays,
Well, that's your total stats right there. Frames per second, dropped frames. It even counts all your drop frames. Cool.
Yeah. So I have this other image. It jumps to that when it finishes playing, and then switch to the Zoom. The Zoom screen, you're not going to see anything right now because I'm sharing screen, so there's no capturing. And then, like I have buttons so that it that's switching to the capture screen here.
Yep. So we've already got that lower third in that frame, like as a preset.
Yeah, the frame is it's this overlay.
Cool, and it just overlays on top of the video.
So,
No, that's
so
cool.
it's
It's
this
already there.
overlay, and then I can change the
numbers, yeah, for each episode.
change that.
OBS has got a lot of you can do a lot in there. It's like seems pretty infinite to me. I can't imagine something that has more than that. You said vMix has even more than this. I have to spend like 10 grand in studio equipment to work with vMix.
Right, that's the yeah. I think there's a subscription and requires hardware. So that's
that's like broadcasting studio stuff.
Right. So I have this overlay and I label it NS for a nested scene. So then then I add the nested scene as a source in this scene. That way I can make adjustments to it and then add it to any other scene that I want. And the same with the display capture. Made a nested scene and then added it to that one.
Wow.
Then have this one set up with let's see. Yeah, with the overlay and my camera. My camera is a nested scene here.
Yep. And then it just puts it in the like lower third.
Yeah, and I'm using. Let me pull this up.
Are you recording this call?
Yeah, should be
Cool.
recording.
I'm like, you send me this so I can watch this a second time.
Yeah, it's recording, and then I'll post it to YouTube to an unlisted channel.
Cool.
So you see this? I use this XSplit VCam. So it's pretty cool because it can just remove the background pretty well.
Yeah, it works really good.
And
Without
so
even
that
needing a
is,
screen.
I add that as the camera here, and then I can put images or like these gradients. I was playing with After Effects a while back.
That's cool. I like those colors.
And then I've got text here. I can change out, and if I really got clever, I could map these to keystroke or to the Stream Deck maybe.
Huh. Wow. It's a lot of infrastructure you built in there. It's a lot of work.
It took a long time to get
Yeah.
comfortable, and now like I get, you know, I have a little bit of creativity now and then, add something to it.
It shows. It shows. All your work shows, man.
Well, I've got this set up. What is this? Oh, this is
Welcome back to the Grand
Lee
Theft
Camp
World
interview.
podcast. Our guest tonight is Lee Camp. Now, Lee,
It's a really hot intro sound. I like that.
Yeah. This is set up so that it's using the overlay, but then the video source is VLC, so you can add add source, VLC video source, and then you could set up a whole playlist if you wanted. So like this is just one video. You can add files or add a directory.
Wow.
But you know, we're usually playing clips from the browser just because I like to download videos and clip them and have that all organized. That would be a different level of production, you know, maybe someday. But yeah.
No, grabbing them live seems to work really well. And I like the whole do it live attitude. It just gets to constantly mock. I even forget his dumb name. It's so irrelevant. But the old show guy who I think he just had drama on an airplane somewhere. I don't remember.
Bill O'Reilly?
Yeah, Bill O'Reilly. He had airplane drama. Oh, do you have the sample? I mean, you guys say do it live all the time. You ever gone back and gotten the audio from that show where he loses it? I've
been meaning to, actually. I might have saved it somewhere.
Someone should make that into one of those like remix songs where they remix people into like some song. Have you seen the Joe Biden songs from Shmo Yoho?
No.
Those are from 2016 when Obama was pres.
I think I have seen a remix of Bill O'Reilly doing that.
Did one of Charlie Sheen too.
I should put that on the soundboard.
Was there an agenda for the meeting? Because I feel like I'm stepping on it if we're talking about OBS the whole time.
Not necessarily. I don't know. I try to share that stuff. But I need to get organized about how I would present this, like starting from scratch. Voice meter, that's a component to being able to use that. I know like I wasn't successful in helping Chris get set up with that. So he's still using the Zoom screen share, which works all right, but it is good to be able to.
Yeah, I still haven't figured out how to use the videos with to get the audio to work from OBS, but yeah, so far I'll get it eventually.
Yeah, but anybody, like, I don't know, we just go around, see what people have questions or something they're working on, they want to show something they've learned. TJ hasn't been with us for a couple weeks. I think he got caught up with moving, but he proposed that people kind of put something out there, say they're going to work on something, and then bring it to us. Cody's been showing us some of the stuff he's been working on.
Cool.
So, yeah, it's just kind of like that.
Yeah, and I'm basically just here for moral support at the moment because unfortunately my free time for being able to work on projects was severely hampered by life. So until I can get to where I'm headed next, I'm just kind of here to listen and I guess contribute constructive criticism and all of that sort of stuff. But I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to see all of you guys.
Yeah, it's good to see so many people. Good to see
Good to
familiar
see you,
faces
James.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess I can jump in now. And I'm here to learn video editing and pick up some more projects and just learn more about this little thing called video editing that pays pretty well once you get the ropes. And kind of on that note, I just finished another one of my side projects with video editing. The task analysis video that I talked about 2 weeks ago about making, I finished it. I uploaded it to YouTube. I'm working with some bugs with YouTube because it's not displaying the thumbnail correctly, but the video is up and it seems to be good.
Can you share that to me in a message? I'd like to watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can, like maybe I'll just subscribe, but I like to keep up with everything like that the circle's working on. No.
Hello.
Hey, Chris.
Hello.
Sorry, I was just testing my audio. I switched computers. Sorry.
You coming through?
Did I just throw the link to the
Sorry, didn't mean to
video?
interrupt, Daniel.
Yeah.
Should I just throw the link to the video in autonomy class chat? Because I think that's what I did with the previous one.
Okay, cool. Then I can look it up in the class chat. I actually just grabbed the video from there someone put up about cryptocurrencies and CBDCs. I think it was, I forgot who even posted it because I was just about to start watching. It was like an hour and a half talk about, I think it was from February. But anyways, some crypto guys.
Doesn't look like I actually dropped it anywhere in autonomy class chat. Well, whatever. I'll just drop it in autonomy class chat. Why not?
Yeah. Do you wanna play the video? Or
Sure. Give me 1 second.
the chat? It looks like the chat is working. Zoom.
Feels so weird to be putting this video in autonomy class chat because it really doesn't seem to fit in class chat because the video is on video games.
Someone else did that though. No,
media production room.
no, there was a.
Yeah.
I think Martin put up a video of someone put up a video of they like edited of trying to do a challenge in a game. I swear that was in an autonomy somewhere. It was like a specific challenge in a actual like an old school game. I think for the GameCube.
I put up a video 2 weeks ago of
Was that
Super
you?
Mario 64 for the N64 that was video games.
Yeah, no, I watched that and I thought that was actually pretty cool because I don't know, because it was a very specific challenge and what the person was doing in the game wasn't just going to the level. It was like, I don't know.
It was a specific challenge in Wet Dry World where the water level would rise up to match Mario's height and you had to get the star that constantly followed Mario but gradually got closer to him the higher you got.
Yeah.
Yep, and then this is just another of those videos.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, but I liked how there was like an analysis of the whole thing. That's what stuck out to me. It reminded me of Dumb Data. There's a guy on YouTube who has a thing called Dumb Data, and he takes just data and makes interesting videos. Usually about skateboarding, I think. I haven't seen him cover anything else besides that.
Hey, what do you guys use a certain program to decompress your videos?
To decompress or to compress?
Yep, there it is. It's not. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, compress.
They were involved.
Handbrake.
However, the commitments in the declaration are vague and
Thank you.
often conflicting. For example,
Yeah, Handbrake's pretty awesome.
who commits to upholding freedom of expression and also commits to bolstering resilience to disinformation and misinformation.
Oh,
Meaning
hey,
monarchy.
that's Pilato. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, Jerry, Handbrake, I use that too. Here, where is it? It looks like this. You drop a file in there and then play with the settings. It's helpful when you have, yeah, because we got to get the files down below 4 gig to post on, on Kajabi. So I take, let's see. When I render out one of the Grand Theft World episodes, it comes out at 9.44 gig. That was the last one. That's a little shorter.
That's a little shorter. Yeah.
Yeah. So you play with these settings here.
Cool.
I think fast 1083 P30, that'll get it under, or you can do very, very fast. To be honest, you could do some research into what these really mean. I do know that, like, when it comes to rendering, sometimes if you want higher quality, it takes longer. So if you're speeding it up, it's, yeah,
You have
you're gonna
minor
get
loss. You have minor
Right.
losses. They're probably hard to see though, and most, no one's watching GTW on a big screen TV unless they really got a nice setup.
Right.
Most people are on their laptops, on their phones, driving to and from work. Maybe
Right.
watching it at night on their laptops, most likely.
Right. But yeah, Handbrake, it's free, and then just keep in mind, like, when it usually wants to save in M4V,
Oh,
and so it adds tacks the -1 onto the end of the file, and then you can just rename it MP4. I mean, unless I've already got it. So then here the path says MP4, and then you start encoding it. For that, for a 7-hour file, that's probably like 40 minutes worth of compression.
that's pretty fast.
Yeah, I mean, and that's going to depend on your computer's capabilities.
Yeah, I'm sure you're running a Starship Enterprise.
Kind of. It's robust.
It needs to be.
Yeah. I got 64 gigs of RAM and a couple of NVMe hard drives.
Your population's ability to use these digital tools.
Lawrence, have you had a chance to see my new video yet?
No, not yet.
It was really challenging because Pablo, of all people, who knows better, the recording he gave me the audio was really challenging, okay, because he recorded outside in the park.
Oh,
Yeah.
So that was great. I thought this is a great learning opportunity. So I went to DaVinci Resolve, and there was a tutorial on how to reduce background noise. And it did help, like the moments in between his words dropped. You couldn't hear but as he was speaking, you couldn't hide it. The wind blowing and traffic around him and all that. But I learned to do that, so that was fun. And in the end, the way I broke it up, it was fine. I don't know. I got the project done.
FBI searches of America's data in 2021. The actual total was 3.39 million warrantless data searches.
So tomorrow I'm interviewing Kara. So that video, because it's her work, is going to kind of go with that interview. That's the plan. And also, just creating content, get Pablo's link up there. Of course, mine, I'm creating content and a chance to get Kara's course out there. So that's what it's all about. Creating content and spreading the love.
Excellent. That looks cool.
Saying, there's all these problems with,
I'll listen to it later.
No, there's no later.
More data from our citizens.
There's no later.
You can play it, but
No. I'm sticking y'all with it. First few minutes, anyway.
James Corbett's screaming in my ear, though.
Oh, that's. Can you hear that?
Yeah,
that's funny. I can't hear. Lawrence is complaining, Marie, that he can hear you.
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, no, actually, Corbett's right next to me. Yeah, he's actually recording. Yeah, next to me on the laptop. Sorry, Marie. Just 2 minutes. I'm gonna play him a quick video. There we go.
I can play it for you here.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh, whoops. Take me out of the picture.
There's an emotional sickness spreading among us, an empathy deficit, a viral disconnection that puts COVID to shame. Where's it coming from? How far down do those roots really go?
If we can find the source, or at the very least, just acknowledge our real condition, can we then find ourselves the ability to heal? I think the time has arrived to move the ego aside and let our higher self write the prescription. The medicine is in the palm of your hands. You just need the courage to accept it. It is love. It has always been love. So what is it in us that restricts the comprehension of such a simple answer to such a complex question?
Perhaps it is the misunderstanding of what that love is. It's the mistake of attaching ourselves to the tiny little box that we have shoved that love into. We have become reliant upon the limits of language and media imagery to show us stories and pictures of what love really looks like. We have allowed television, fiction, and social programming to become our teachers, and in turn, we have forgotten so much of our inner wisdom. Give your precious self that quiet moment alone to close your eyes and simply remember how to feel.
Our society tends to immediately relate the word love to our romantic partner. We think of dating, we think of passion. We continuously throw sex into the infinitely large box that we call love, and then wonder why it echoes so loudly in our ears. There is room in our hearts for so much more. Our love for each other has become like strings of Christmas lights that have short-circuited. And now all the energy has focused itself into select few bulbs.
Lights glow for romance, lights glow for our own families, but there's so much darkness in between. How does a blood relation validate one love but not another? We are all one family. We are the human family. Love is the unconditional sharing of the experience of life. It is the unconditional sharing of that which is our life force. Love is being able to look through another perspective to find understanding. It's being able to see how we are all the same in our differences.
It's being able to see another member of our vast human family in their worst of times and to not condemn or dismiss, but to instead empathize in all the ways that you could have been in their shoes if only you had stumbled into a different life. We breed products in the system like cattle and throw the ones who don't cooperate into institutions or prisons. We hide them behind these thick walls until the containers overflow and spill them back onto our streets. We strip these family members of the basic tools needed to be a functioning member of society, and then we pretend to wonder why our homeless numbers continue to get larger and more diverse.
The ones born gifted with the sane and untainted minds are just the feeding grounds for the mass media and political parasites who continue to thrive off of their gullibility.
So what then of the population of the cracked souls in between, the depressed, the bipolar, the coping addict, the abused, the oppressed, the poverty-stricken, and all of the other variety of broken that is considered to be our lower class? We are not lower. We are simply closer to the real ground. Our toes are barely touching the surface of our human condition, and yet it is still not enough to see beneath the clouds of our own illusions.
We are seeing shadows of each other through a fog of confusion, unaware that we're seeing glimpses of our own reflections. Under this thick haze lies a grand population of mirrors, each of which reflects a different part of yourself. You are the mirror, and you are the ever-changing reflection.
So please, my dear human family, allow yourself to come down from the clouds. Take a deep breath and a fresh look around you with the filters turned off. Take a moment to dust the surface of your soul's mirror enough for the light to reflect and shine to the other mirrors all around you. It will take more than a single spark to ignite this fire. So what the fuck are we waiting for? We have lived in the shadows of our true nature for far too long. Together, it is time to step back into the light.
Walking down the street, the children play. For them, it's just another day. The future's reflected in their parents' faces.
Hell yeah.
To stay on in this place where they were born,
Awesome
went to school, got married, and kids. Like their grandparents before them.
I got a long ass outro. The outro alone's about a minute and a half.
3024.
That's great. That's awesome, Chris.
Yeah, that was really good. I see what you were talking about though with Pablo's audio,
Yes,
especially that last segment that he did on there.
You've got a
And
very good memory.
is there let's see, because I'm thinking there might be a way that you could isolate those frequencies, because those are likely to be higher registers that are coming through, and there might be a way to eliminate those from the spectrum, but it could also affect like the tone of Pablo's voice, and it may make it sound a little bit different from the earlier clips. You know what I'm saying?
Brilliant.
Yeah, I'll real quickly, I'll show you all what I did. Hold on. No, sorry, I was just trying to share my screen where I could show you DaVinci, but it's wanting me to choose one of my files. It doesn't matter.
Yes, today's date, so May 12th.
But yeah, if it were a more, this was just a fun kind of side project, but I would definitely have to up that, it's a good challenge to have.
Okay. I mean, it's something you could definitely like play with if you have any spare time at all. Because I know you're a very busy man, Chris.
Yeah,
but
real busy.
Yeah, just like if you've got some free time sometime, just kind of play around with that audio and see what you can do with it. Because that's one of the ways that I got better at being able to use Audacity. It wasn't just because I knew like what I was doing starting out. I was just playing around with stuff and seeing, all right, well, what does this effect do? What does that effect do? How does all this stuff work together?
I used to have Audacity, so that's a better tool than the editor, you think, for doing that stuff?
For audio, yeah.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
all you're working with is audio, yeah.
Yeah, I used to have it, but I don't know. For some reason, I don't anymore when I switch rooms. Maybe it's when I switch computers. That's true. I never did re-download it. Because I do videos, so I don't normally.
And also, I was working with Audacity for the video edit that I just finished, and they like changed the UI or something. It was different. Like they changed it to be more like a standard video editor, because for the longest time I would, generate about a second of silence to push all the clips in front of that forward a second instead of, clicking and being able to slide the clips around like it was a video editor, which, that threw me off.
Yeah, I think that they just updated the program, didn't they?
I don't know. I used it. When did I use it last? Saturday? When did I publish the last episode of Liberty Radio? Anybody know right off the top of their head? I can't remember.
Sunday?
It's a few days ago.
Sunday?
Past Sunday?
I guess it was Sunday. Yeah, so I would have used it. Maybe it was Sunday that I used it. Yeah, I guess it was Sunday. So I don't know if unless they updated it in the last 4 days, I didn't notice anything different.
Maybe it was in the past 4 days because I only worked on it like 2 days ago. So
shit, now I'm scared.
So I'm inspired by a few projects coming up, a few how-to videos, how to make elderberry syrup, how to freeze dry stuff. But have you guys, any of you listened to the works of Bill Cooper? Like his whole works?
Sometimes it takes away the feel.
Well,
But yeah,
his episode 1, I'm inspired. I'm going to make a video to his first episode. I'll drop the link in there for y'all.
Yeah, Bill Cooper's a legend. That would definitely be good content, Chris.
Yeah, it's good to remember that guy's name and not let him slip into the memory hole.
Who was that? Somebody shared.
A Pale Horse Cometh. Is that the Pale Horse book?
Yep. One and only. It's been sitting on my desk for the last year as we've been going through like all this garbage.
I wonder how much it even costs to get a copy of that now.
I have no idea. I got this one in.
Real quick.
It was like 98, 99, something like that. I've held on to it ever since then.
Just a quick question, Chris. Where do you get your video clips from?
From Storyblocks. I'll drop the link in the media room. I dropped that Bill Cooper link in the media room. It's not Behold a Pale Horse.
Is it the Mystery Babylon complete series?
Okay, Murray's saying I can speak loudly again. No, it's his series that he did. I don't have to whisper, but it's a whole series. I'm only like on episode 9. There's like 48 episodes of him just spelling it all out. His Pale Horse is a separate work. So episode 1, he starts off by interpreting Stanley Kubrick's 2001: A Space Odyssey, and he's saying, "Okay, listen, everybody was baffled when they saw it, but they knew they had seen something huge. I'm going to explain it to you." And he does. It's unbelievable. That's just episode 1. It's heavy listening. It's fantastic. Like I said, I'm on episode 9. Yeah, drop the link in the media room, and I'll drop Storyblocks is great website.
Thank you, Chris. That's very interesting.
So this is like even completely separate from like his radio show that he used to do, right?
Yeah. Oh, no. I think that is his radio show that we're talking about. Yeah, this is his radio show. that he used to do.
The Mystery Babylon.
Oh yeah,
complete
this is
series.
epic. I think I listened to this years and years ago when I first was researching stuff. This was huge. It's an MP3, nice.
So if I can ever get into my external hard drive, you guys see this? This is what's left of an old external hard drive, and I bought this. I bought this cable.
It's out of a USB cable.
Yeah, but this thing had a separate plug of electricity you had to plug in, and it would activate. And somehow the computer reads it. It's there, but I've got to figure out how to extract the files from it somehow. I've got hundreds of movies on here. It's not a total disaster if I lose this. My main other hard drive has got all my personal, like, family pictures and all that. That's more important to me. This is just TV and movies I downloaded over the years when I was in Spain, when you could do it illegally without any problem. And I've got, 2001 is, of course, on here.
How old is that hard drive?
10, 12 years, I'm thinking.
Okay, so it
It's a
might be old
Seagate.
enough that it might be powered with a Molex cable.
Is that what this is?
Can you unplug it and show the port?
Can you see that?
No, that's the standard. That's the standard 2 plugs for.
Okay. Yeah.
So when you plug it in, what happens or what doesn't happen?
There's a little blank computer icon that says, whatever file it is, but you can't get into it. There's something called Disk Drill that I have downloaded that I can use apparently to extract the files. I went to do it and it said like it's going to take 48 hours. So I have not endeavored to do that yet. So, but anyway, if I
because that's an interesting. That's weird, because so kind of long story short, the way that a hard drive works is it's basically like a library where you've got rows. Rows of shelves, and the shelves all have little slots that you can fit a small piece of data, and a file is just a big collection of these little slots that have been allocated to have their sections of a file, and then the computer then writes down a note of where that file is and then puts it in like the catalog for the library of, and then anytime it needs to go, I need this executable file for the program, it goes, it's in this row, this column, this slot, and from there to there to there. So your computer being able to see the files means that it's able to access this database for where the files are, which means that it's able to access the hard drive itself because the library's catalog is stored on the physical hard disk, just like the data itself. It's just got its own special section.
Yeah, it's strange.
So it's able
and
to
remember, this
access-
hard drive, when it was working, it had an external plug as well that I had to plug in. I had to give it an electric source. See, I just plugged it in, and it made that sound. And I go in there, and it's just I get this little USB drive D. Except it's not lit up. It's kind of like hazed over. I go to.
Can you share your screen? Because
I know what you mean. It's a gray file, like it's not clickable.
Yeah. And if I hit open, it says insert disk. It says please insert a disk into USB drive D.
So it's not even reading the first step of read.
okay, so maybe it's not actually reading the disk. Maybe it's just like, I remember what you are.
Yeah.
But I'm not able to read anything.
you,
So
yeah.
here's what I remember this drive having the last time I was able to read stuff from it. But since it's not talking, you can't do anything with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's confusing.
I've been digging around, and there's this thing called Disk Drill that I have, but I have not. It takes a long time. It says choose a file, a disk that you want to read, and because it's there, I can choose it. And it started to do something, but I haven't taken that step. So once I do that, if that doesn't work, I might ask around again. But there
I'm
is
gonna go
a
run and
solution.
grab the
very long
old cable and hard drive I have. I'll be back in a minute. Just to show it off, just to see it. If that's what it needs.
I forget the name, but there's this German company that's really good at recovering data off hard drives.
And
Someone
we
help
will
me.
not look at your private files. We have ways to make you talk.
I'm thinking of the one that recovered the hard drives from Ground Zero. I
Yeah.
can't remember the name right now. It evades me.
There seems to be a lot of solutions out there. I haven't really given it 100% effort, so I just kind of casually mentioned that because I know I've got that movie on there and a lot of other movies. So I would be more upset if it was my other hard drive, which has got like all the photos from, a lot of photos and videos and stuff, personal
Have you backed that one
files.
up? Have you backed that one up yet, Chris?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got it on 2 external hard drives. There.
Okay. So Chris, here is the old hard drive I've have. And I don't know if it's these pins here. The 4 pins with sort of a large connector. Was that what you were plugging in to power the hard drive?
No, it was a small 2-pronged thing. It was a normal small cable. It wasn't anything big like that. Yeah, in fact, it's laid around here somewhere. But yeah. Lawrence knows how messy my desk is. It's around here somewhere.
Mine's bigger and messier.
Yeah. What is it? There's a law.
Room.
There's a law. That the amount of space provided will be filled up. When it comes to time, I think it's called. I learned it in Janelle's class. Anyway, yeah. Doesn't matter the amount of little or as much time that you're given to do something, you're going to fill that space up. Same with physical space. Yeah, but I'll work on it. Anyway, just think, project ideas coming up to keep creating content.
I'm going to jump off the call in a minute, but I had a question for you guys about GTW content.
Yeah.
So I know there's probably a lot of traffic on the YouTube channel, but you can't really recover any hot topics that come through an episode. Is there any traffic like on BitChute or other channels where you guys post that? Is there a decent follow through where you could put clips up that can be kind of hot topics and people can there's enough people watching?
Yeah, I'd say probably Odyssey and Rockfin and Rumble.
There's
yeah, go ahead.
Well, there's like a series of clips from both Grand Theft World and Ultimate History Lesson that have been in my mind since I heard it on episode 68 when you guys covered Alex Thompson and the GCHQ. And right before Rich had you tip off that clip, he's like something about his own work being validated from someone he never knew, and this guy was a scholar for Rhodes. And Alex Thompson, I have the timestamp from it and everything, but what's interesting is in that rant, Alex Thompson's talking about changing the language essentially of a group to kind of divide and conquer. And he goes into good detail, but in our one of the Ultimate History Lesson, Gatto says the same thing. So I thought it'd be neat to like mash those clips together and then have Grove's clip that opened Alex close it, and then just like, because it's kind of like 3 layers viewing the same thing from a different perspectives and from different people, different researchers. I thought it'd be cool to see them all together.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
That's something I would just do, and then. But before I wanted to step into it, I wanted to be like, well, where would they want to put it? Like, I don't know. I'll just play with it, and I'll send you something.
Yeah, just do it, and we'll put it up somewhere.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's actually the way things kind of work around here. Is if you come up with an idea, just do it, and then show it to people, and be like, "Hey, look, I did this thing."
Cool. That's cool. There's actually something I did in 2020 before I found Grand Theft World. I've shared it with a couple people in the groups, but I'm not sure who's seen it. But there was a comic book from 1947 called "Is This Tomorrow?" Has anybody heard of that?
I think I saw that post that you put up.
Yeah. So it's a comic book from 1947. I got my hands on it in 2007. when I was hot in 9/11 research and like activism stuff. And when I read the comic book, my head fell off because it's like all these layers. The comic book's about the communist takeover of America, and so the comic book's like a warning. You know, it has like at the end, it's like the 10 commandments of citizenship: be a diligent citizen and use your reason and logic, and like stuff's written in there because it's 1947. There's a lot of nonsense in it, but there's a lot of like the strategies of how a socialist takeover would happen in America. And what's really crazy is when I did it in 2020, all the stuff with the pandemic, I recorded it in March, and it took me a while to edit the comic book to like frame by frame with my narration. But I posted it on July 4th, 2020. But since then, like every time something new happens, it's already in the comic book. Like when I made the video, there's a part in the comic book about food stores and silos being bombed by the Kremlin. And I didn't say anything about it when I recorded it because the last 4 months hadn't happened. So now the last 4 months happened, now these food's blowing up. It's like as time goes on, the comic book feels like it gets more and more relevant to me, and it's crazy. And I've tried sharing it with a couple people. It's kind of long-winded because it's a narration of the whole comic book instead of someone reading it. And then afterwards is like me talking about it. And most of it's really about executive orders that do these same principles, you know, control food, control media. I don't know. I was just looking for feedback on it.
Where do you have that published, Daniel?
I will, let me see if I can back out of the link here. Is there a chat for the call we're on Grand Theft Auto or on Discord?
Let's see.
Yeah, right where LD just posted William Cooper. I'll post it there.
Yeah.
Okay,
Put
cool.
it there.
It's in the Autonomy server. We kind of have parallel media production rooms. There's one in the Autonomy Unlimited server, but we should all have access to the one in the Autonomy server.
So yeah, no, I'll post it up there, and if anyone just wants to give me some feedback, I have to find. It's hard to find on YouTube because there's other people that have like talk about the comic book. You see, even if I just go to videos, it's not there. You know what sucks? I go to pre-search, I'll probably get it right away. Gotta love the YouTube or the Google.
Oh, yep, they do such a good job of.
See, that should be enough data. So, yep, I get it. The third tab when I go to pre-search. But for some reason, it jumps in 26 minutes. Okay, here it comes. So recently when I was thinking about it, because all this new stuff's been happening, I wanted to go back and make like a 2-minute burner where I just grab these hot topics from the comic book and like, here's the comic story and then here's the real life. Comic story, real life, comic story, real life. And then boom, at the end, like have this big music and be like, boom, tune into GTW, keep up with what's going on around you.
Cool.
Anyways, just stuff in my brain. I'm not trying to.
Why did that? I don't know. I hit that accidentally.
I don't mind.
Clicked the wrong button.
Yeah, the narration part's kind of comical because when I was making it, I was like gonna have my kids listen to it, and they actually do listen to it, and they always laugh because there's like a little bit of humor added because it's actually really sad what's happening, and the comic book's horrible. Like America is being taken over by, in this storyline, Soviet communism, as opposed to secret banker communism.
Hey Daniel, do you have time for to watch a little bit of Cody's clip?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, should I share screens or should I like hand it to LD to play it?
Yeah, I've got it. The Super Mario.
Yep. Mars Explorer task 1, task analysis.
I'm gonna show this to my kids too because they love this stuff. They love retro games.
Your piece. The Archbishop told me to shoot Chief Advisor Jones. What do you mean?
I had too much go. There we go. That was that video here.
That's my dumb voice.
Cody, do you want to tell us a little bit how you captured this and cut it up?
Sure.
What
So
editing you did.
okay, so I'm using a program called Mupin64, which is an emulator of the Nintendo 64 unit. It emulates it to a high degree of accuracy, and you just load in the ROM, and then you press buttons on your keyboard and tell it that this key means this button. And then what a task is essentially you're just telling the computer to make a file that is just a list of what buttons to press on what frame, and then feed these inputs into the emulator as it chugs through the game. And then it has an AVI recording where it just, every time it generates a frame to display on the screen, it'll then, screen capture it, and then, load that into a big old file in AVI, which, these files get ridiculously large really quick because it's uncompressed footage. And so chuck that in Handbrake, get it down to something reasonable. And then I just, have a bunch of these clips that are all tasks that are just me telling the game what inputs to press on what frames, and then playing back through those inputs while screen recording the result. Check those AVI captures into Handbrake, and check the resulting MP4s into DaVinci Resolve, and then just organize all the clips together. And then the text, explanations for the text, and then just kind of spend a lot of time editing it together to make it cohesive. That's kind of the short version of it. There's obviously a lot more depth I could go into.
Wait, so were you saying you weren't playing it, but you were programming the computer to play it?
Yes, I'm programming the computer to play it. Start to finish, what a task looks like. Here, do you mind if I share my screen and show Mupin?
Yeah, sure.
Go for it.
Hey guys, I gotta go, but I will see you guys at the emotional mental kung fu
tonight. Awesome. Yeah, have a good morning over there, Jerry.
Thanks, you too.
Yep. Talk to you later, Jerry. Okay, so this window here is Mupin 64, and this is Stroop. Stroop is RAM watch for the emulator. It lets me see in-game variables with a very high degree of precision. Mario's exact position, his horizontal speed, et cetera, et cetera.
Oh wow.
I'm flashing back to being a kid. Princess Castle.
Yep. Okay, so this window here in the top left is the task input window. I can click the A button to make him run this. This is the angle for the control stick. And then I also have it bound to WASD and and the different buttons to different buttons on the keyboard. If I need to test something at a low level. But anyways, so the process of tasking. Okay. I'm not sure I remember how to do that. No, that doesn't work. Okay, whatever. I'll just do it this way. Okay. And I also have a button bound to make it go faster, so I can skip through cutscenes. Okay, so the most important tool with an emulator is save states and reloading. So I just made a save state right here, right as I entered the door. I can just load this over and over and over. And the way tasking works, start movie recording, give it a name. Okay, so the Mupin is now recording the inputs. So everything that I tell it to do, it'll play those inputs. Play those inputs back when I, when I hit stop record. Start movie playback. And of course it put it in a weird spot because Mupin is weird this way. Where did you put it? Okay, here we go. So I can, I'm, not touching nothing, but it's playing back the exact same inputs that I told it to put in there. And long jump ground pounds, and then jump into the painting, And the process of creating an optimized task is just loading these save states over and over and over and trying different things over and over until you find whatever sequence of inputs seems to get you from point A to point B the fastest. And then you just try multiple different routes that go in, totally different directions. See if you can figure out which one seems to kind of be leaning in the fastest direction, and then really hammer in on that one route until you've optimized it as much as you can think of how. It's essentially a puzzle is what it is.
Yeah. That's really unique, Cody. Have you seen other people do this, or is this something you kind of like out of your own interest pursued?
It's something that out of my own interest I pursued. The most that I've looked up is the finished products of other people's tasks and in-depth glitch explanations and physics explanations of how the game functions under the hood and whatnot. Because the various details. When Mario jumps, he gains an initial vertical speed of 42 plus 1/4 of his horizontal speed, and 1 unit is essentially a centimeter if Mario is a human size. gravity is 4 units per frame up to a terminal velocity of 75, and then just ramble on the list of various other in-game data.
Yeah. Wow, that's deep. That's a really deep way to look at video games. Everyone just plays it on the surface, but you're playing with the mechanics and the laws of the game and the code, and it really is fascinating from a code perspective.
Yeah, because everything that is done in a task is something that you could theoretically do with a physical controller, but it's just that there's a lot of tricks that you can do in a task that are tasks only, that yes, the game is able to read these inputs in real time and execute the instructions and have it work, but no human is able to flick a control stick back and forth precisely 30 times a second while pressing A exactly 10 times per second to do this absurd trick. Like that's not going to happen.
Well,
the rabbit hole of tasking goes pretty darn far, and kind of just for the fun of it. Here I've toggled read only, which makes it so that the task file that I told it to play back, I'm now overwriting that task file with new inputs. And I'm also going to bring up the Lua script that I use. Okay, so this Lua script, the Lua script does a bunch of math behind this scene. I tell it, the match yaw button, it'll always point the control stick in the direction that Mario is facing, so that, as the camera swivels around at different angles, Mario keeps running in a straight line with maximum speed. And then reverse angle and match angle are, to match a specific angle to run a particular direction.
Wow.
And there's so many tools.
This almost looks more complicated than OBS. My brain's starting to fry up. Hey guys,
Yeah.
I gotta fly. I got dinner ready, so Cody, I'll catch you in a couple hours. LD, I'll probably see you in the next meeting or something.
Yeah. I'll see you tomorrow probably.
All right, cool guys.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Thanks for joining us, Daniel.
Yeah,
See
glad to
ya.
be here.
And here what I'm doing is I'm trying to figure out the optimal angle to run in.
Damn it. Keep it. Good day.
Oh shoot, I need to be using match yaw.
Yeah, I just got dinner started too, so I'm going to go ahead and jump off, but I will hopefully see you guys next week.
All right, James. Talk to you soon. Thanks for joining us. Yeah. I'm about ready to shut it down. The lady is home and ready to have some dinner. We eat dinner early out here. Well, thanks for sharing that with us, Cody. It's a bit over my head, but it seems like there's an audience for it.
Yeah, anything video games gets attention because it's video games.
All right.
I can, I just play through a bunch of stuff, at a slow pace, and telling it to do specific inputs on specific frames. Of course, it's gonna get wrong. and then I can reload the task, and then it'll play the exact same stuff that I told it to play there before at real time. And that was much faster than my first run at it. Sort of a short explanation of, oh, come on, Ethan. Kind of a short explanation. In general, Mario accelerates faster while in the air. And that's what I'm doing here with these kicks, is I'm just getting into the air to accelerate faster to a high speed. And then turn to face up the stairs, and then long jump, which not a lot of height, but one of the most horizontally speed focused moves. Just get over here as quickly as possible. Turn a little bit to face the door, and then here I do a speed kick, which is it's a fairly fancy technique. So Mario's maximum running speed is 32, and if he's moving faster than about 29, if you press the B button, he'll do a dive instead of a kick. But that only applies if you're also holding the stick in the same, stick forward enough. If you're holding the stick with a low enough magnitude, it doesn't matter how fast you're moving. If you press B, you'll do a kick instead of a dive.
Man.
And
that's pretty
that allows me
interesting.
to kick with high speed. Just beeline it to the door.
Wow. Well, yeah, I gotta get ready, shut this down. But yeah, keep bringing your videos.
Yeah. Oh, also that reminds me. Now that I'm done with the task analysis video, what other work is there that you guys need done for video editing and in media productions?
Yeah, I mean, there's the town hall editing cleanup. If you were interested in the Grand Theft World Town Hall, that's bi-weekly. If you wanted to pick that up. Other than that, I don't know. I need to talk to Joshua. It's kind of, I'm kind of in need of something to do myself. So that's a good question.
All right, so maybe we should just reach out to Joshua and go, yeah, what work you got for us?
Yeah. I know that this company, Peepline, which they're being encouraged to change their name, they need some sort of promo video. So I have to catch up on the meeting from yesterday, or from Tuesday, that I wasn't able to attend. But yeah, I don't know. Hang tight. Let me see. Just I don't know, any kind of pulling of clips from AUTONOMY sessions and putting them together in a creative way. Maybe that's something, if you're interested, you could try.
Okay, so yep, there's tons to look at, but yeah. Well, should I drop you my Calendly link so we can have a proper discussion about this and not try and cram it into a 2-minute long chat?
Yeah, if you want, we could get together. Yeah,
sounds good.
Drop your Calendly. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be talking to you soon.
Yep. Talk to you soon, LD.
Thank you. See you, Mike. Have a good evening. See you, Cody.
See ya.
Sorry, I didn't contribute much.
No worries.
I'm taking in
worries.
all this stuff on the damn crypto situation at the moment.
Yeah, the death of Luna has been interesting to watch, and the resulting crash and everything else is yikes. Kind of the part that blows my mind the most is this happened after we had 6 solid red weeks at Bitcoin, which that alone was the last time we had 6 red weeks in a row for Bitcoin was in 2014.
Yeah.
And it's continuing to go down a lot. Like we're going to
I
have
think
7 weeks of red for sure.
It's kind of staging for the the currency switch that
some
say is
they're
going to happen.
going to
in
use this
September.
opportunity to badmouth crypto real good and get as much attention on their crap as possible.
Yeah, so they'll come in as they're trying to rescue the crypto industry when they're really trying
To overthrow it.
change people up to a new currency and get rid of the dollar.
Yeah.
Bastards.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, I can only hope that they keep trying to go ahead with their plan too fast and keep waking up more and more people until critical mass suddenly hits.
Now, this is certainly going to be a slap in the face to a lot of crypto people. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn it. Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, you have a good day.
Yep. Have a good day,
All right,
Michael.
guys.
I'll see you tomorrow, huh, Cody? You got a meeting?
Oh,
tomorrow?
yeah. See you tomorrow. I'm like, tomorrow. What's tomorrow again? Oh, right.
Alrighty.
Talk to you then.
Have a good one.
Yep. Talk to you later.